Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm talking about this news that's coming out of Pubcon 2020. Google says mobile first indexing should be called mobile only indexing. So let's talk about this. So on the 14th of October, John Mueller, who's a representative of Google, gave a keynote talk at Pubcon, and he summed up what's been announced over the year surrounding SEO changes at Google. He was talking about mobile indexing changes in the deadline, and this caused some confusion. I did see this tweet that this person said that John Mueller said that he just verified that if you have anything on desktop, not on mobile, it will not be indexable starting on March 2021. If it's not on the mobile page, it will not count for indexing. Well, that's not exactly what it is, but we'll go further down and we'll explain this a little bit. This is really not new. This is something that they announced. I think it was like quite a while ago. They've been leading up to this, for several years. But last year they were talking about going to the mobile first index. They did postpone it a little bit because of the COVID pandemic. They pushed it out until March of 2021. But they first launched this initiative in mobile first indexing back in 2016. It'll be the process of crawling the web from a mobile perspective. So basically the Googlebot Mobile, which emulates a phone. So it's your job to make sure that your mobile and desktop are in sync. Okay, so that's been ongoing for about 4 years. Mobile use has really exceeded desktop use since 2014, but some people still felt that Google was going to continue to crawl and index the desktop version in addition to the mobile version. Okay, that is not exactly what's going on. Basically, if you're not on mobile friendly at this point, you're going to be a little bit left behind and at an extreme disadvantage. So if your site is not mobile friendly at this point, within 5 months, basically you're going to be left behind. And like I said, they've been given like 5 years of lead time into this. So if you're not ready, they just figure you don't care. So why should they? Basically, he said that Google is just going to crawl using the mobile user agent, which is the browser, and not the desktop. Keep this in mind. Most of Google's indexing today is done over mobile indexing and not desktop. Mobile use is basically like 2/3 of all search at this point and growing every year. Unless Google is checking for spam and manipulation, they're actually not really going to look at the desktop as far as indexing. So the index is the actual search results. So let's clarify that. When they say indexing, that's what's in the search results. It's not that they don't have your desktop, but what is in the index, the actual search results, is going to be what appears in the mobile version of your site. And for most people who have a responsive site, basically the mobile version and the desktop version is one code base, so that's not a big issue. What's going to be indexed is the mobile site. So if you have two versions, like if you have a mobile version, and then it's like if you want to see the desktop site, click here. And that's not common at this point, but there are still some sites like that. But they're basically going to ignore that, unless for some reason they're checking for rank manipulation or spam. This is why John Mueller said it'll take effect like after they said this, but everything will switch over to mobile indexing by September 2020. They pushed it back another 6 months because of COVID, and so March 2021, and again, they said they're going to mobile first indexing in 2016. You've had plenty of time. He said Google should be calling it mobile only indexing, not mobile first indexing. In fact, if you've been looking recently, Google has been calling it mobile indexing, not with the first mentioned at all. And he even said so at Pubcon. It has to be in the rendered static HTML to be indexed. I'm thinking we should rename it to mobile only indexing to make it clear. They've been communicating for a long time. Once your site is switched over to mobile indexing automatically, that's it. They're not looking at your desktop version. And the index, again, is what appears in the Google search results. So the desktop version is not going to appear in the search results. It's just what's on mobile. That's it. The search results are what's on mobile. There's no desktop. Okay, so he wanted to add to, if you have a desktop-only site, the mobile crawler will crawl it, but it's not going to be mobile-friendly, so you're going to be at a disadvantage. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. We do a lot of SEO for manufacturing companies. We help them with RFQs, We do have some other stuff too. We do web design, SEO audits, local SEO. But the YouTube channel here, we're putting out videos 3 times a week. I'd love to see you subscribe. Let's get to 1,000. I'd love to get that goal out of the way before the end of the year. But if you have a question, leave it in the comments of any video. I'll answer it. Not a big deal. I would love to answer any questions you have. And you know, you can check out these live analysis of local SEO situations. You can get some insight. But leave a question and subscribe. We'll be back in a couple days with a new video. Until next time, peace.